Yo, what up, Ever?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Welcome back, man. How was
Thank you, thank
your
you.
how was your vacation? But this
It was
time you
good.
guys were celebrating your 1 year anniversary, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it was fun,
That's
and
nice.
then Thanksgiving, so it was fun too. So how about yours? How about your
It was all
Thanksgiving?
right. My brother came back from school, so spent time with my cousin. My cousin came back from Dubai, so that was pretty cool as well. So
Nice,
I got to see him. My other cousin, her daughter had a sweet 16, so I got to see a couple of family members I haven't seen in a long time. So that was nice. So I had a nice weekend.
nice, man. That's good, man.
And like I said, my brother came back from school. So,
Yeah,
but where'd you guys go for your vacation?
Lake Geneva,
Where's that at?
Wisconsin. It's like 2 hours from here, so like
Oh,
you got
okay.
literally cross the border, and it's like right there.
A
Yeah,
2 hour
so
drive from
yeah, yeah,
from
two
from
hours.
you.
Yeah, from me. Yeah,
Okay. So probably
so
like an hour and a half from me because we're about for like 30 minutes from each other.
yeah,
So not too bad. That's cool, man.
yeah. That's fun.
But I ain't gonna get into too much details. You can give me the dirty details later. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and talk about Survivor Series Ward Games, man. Uh all right, let's just go ahead and get started with the first match, the women's match. So do you want to read that list on who was in the match?
Yeah, it was Team Belair. It was a war game, women's war games match. It was
Right.
Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Mia Yim, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley.
Well, in my prediction, that I already forgot what I said. I believe I went with Team Bailey, right?
Yeah, I think you did.
So, and I failed on that one. But I did say that Becky should get the pin or should beat Bailey, but Becky ended up pinning uh
Dakota.
Dakota, right? Because she did a leg drop off the top of the cage onto Neo Sky and Dakota, but she pinned Dakota.
Yeah,
So well, overall, what you thought about the match?
I liked it a lot. I mean, it was almost like 40 minutes. I did like it a lot, like those spots and stuff.
Okay.
Nikki Cross was kind of weird. She was just sometimes just sitting there in the corner, like just laughing her
Yeah,
ass off. I'm like,
yeah,
girl, what are you doing? Get in there. And she's like
yeah.
standing there laughing. Like I get the gimmick, but like, okay, like what's going on? Like go back in, like
Yeah, it was there was a moment where it was just like even Michael Cole was pointing it out. At that moment, it was fine, but then after that, it was just like, why are you just standing around? you
yeah,
know,
like do
it's
something.
yeah, it's like kick that person, do something. But yeah, there was too much standing. There was a lot of hiccups. I don't want to say there was a lot of botches or mistakes because it was just like they slipped off the ropes. I wouldn't really consider that as a botch because it's like that's out of their control.
Yeah,
Um, because we don't know the reason the ropes could be, all covered in sweat and stuff like that. And the whole um war games. I mean, I'm pretty sure like Dakota, she's been on 4 occasions already, but
yeah,
where everybody else, it's like I'm pretty sure that yeah, they've been in war games before. It's just more like that's not something they're used to every day. There's two
no
rings, and then you have the metal floor right
divider.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
the divider and all that. So it's not something like we're used to this. Yeah, we've been in like cage matches and stuff. It's like it's weird,
yeah.
so it's something they're not used to. And it's not something you could get used to,
No, they don't want
you
to do
know.
two rings or they don't do matches like that. No.
No, they don't. It's not something like they do that like once a year, or I mean like once a month or something like that. So,
Yeah,
but there was a good amount of hiccups, but it didn't take away from the match itself.
no.
It wasn't like a actual botch. It was just like
Yeah,
hiccups.
yeah.
The only thing that was funny to me, that was funny as hell. Luckily, I watched it, the replay of it, because if I would have watched it live, I would have like missed a good amount. I started laughing my ass off with Neo Sky got stuck on the turnbuckle.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember that?
I think so.
She tried to do like the double knees on the corner onto Bianca Belair, but she kind of like I don't know what happened. Like she was upside down, she got kind of stuck and something. Like you got to go back and watch it. It was
Yeah, I
like the
gotta watch it.
first. It was like
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
the first 4 minutes or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So
I watched it live. I'm like, and then the part where where Io Sky jump off the top, that was pretty cool.
yeah, and then Nikki Cross did the cross body off the top rope. Becky doing the leg drop surprised me. The only thing, oh, again, it doesn't take anything away from the match. The only bad thing I
Mhm.
did hate was Rhea Ripley. She got missed by Asuka. I thought that was too soon
Oh
because the
wow.
match went on for like another what 3 to 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and then she got after that, she got taken out by a DDT by Becky. You would think she would have gotten like
Power bombs
manhandle.
or something.
Yeah, manhand the manhandle slam.
Yeah, Manhandle Slam.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but she got taken out by a DDT. So, and then that was it. Like she was out for the rest of the match. So,
Oh wow.
but overall, how will you rate this match?
I'll go 4 out of 5.
Damn, really? I gave it 3.5.
3.5 out of 5. Okay.
Yeah. I
It's
just
just like it's a good way to start the show, and it's like you want it to be fast paced, but not like slow pace. So it had a good pace, but obviously, like you said, there was some hiccups, and there's
well the
some,
hiccups happen in the beginning of the match.
yeah,
And the only bad this is what I hate about war games. The real action is not gonna happen until like once everybody's in the ring.
yeah,
Like while everybody won after somebody enters to the war game match, it's like you may get one or two. Ooh, damn. Ouch, you may get a couple or OMG, holy shit, you may get a couple there here and there, but they're like the true like, oh my gosh, like did you see that? I can't believe that
yeah,
just happened. We get that towards the end.
yeah.
So that's the only thing I hate about war games. Um
Mm,
so yeah, I got to give it like a 3.5. It was like the ending of the match once Becky got in the ring, it went like really well after that, but it just like at that point I was already like, eh.
yeah,
So, but not too bad. Next match was AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, right?
yeah. In a singles match, yeah.
Singles match, leader versus leader, Bullet Club, the OC versus Judgment Day. I hate the fact that they don't have that new that their old theme song. They got a new one now.
The Judgment Day again,
Yeah, they got a new theme song.
again. Damn, they've
Yeah.
been changing theme songs.
So kind of bummed out they're not using Metallica, right?
Yeah, it
Is
was like,
that yeah,
I don't think it was Metallica, but yeah, it was like metal. It was like super
yeah,
metal.
wish no Metallica. Who's the one that sings Edge? It's the same band.
I gotta
Well,
figure that out.
whatever the band does for Edge's theme song is the same band that did for the Judgment Day.
I get you.
So
Okay.
I have that song. Why can I not remember what's it called?
Metalingus? Metalingus?
I have no idea. I'm like throwing a blank right now what it's called. Um but anyways, it was a decent match back and forth. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, it was pretty good. Slow pace at first, but then it picked up a little bit towards the end. A lot of back and forth. AJ Styles trying to hit Finn Balor's moves. Finn Balor's trying to hit AJ Styles moves.
Yeah.
So we got AJ Styles, Finn Balor many years ago, but now we got a heel Finn Balor and a face AJ Styles. Uh, so it was one of those matches where it's just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna be honest, I really thought I was gonna steal the show. I really thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be match of the night, but it wasn't. It just
No.
wasn't there. I guess I don't know. I guess because it's like you don't want to do too much because it's like this is not the end.
No.
This is just
They
the
probably
beginning.
they're building it to like WrestleMania or something.
You really think that's gonna go that far?
Well, because it's already like, well, they're not gonna have it here until Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble might be like
Well, well on the in wrestling culture, whatever
what
the
culture?
mark. No, not world culture. Just saying, like in the wrestling world, like news wise, us fans, day one is canceled, but
Yeah.
hasn't been announced by WWE. There was rumors
Oh,
saying that the live premium day one is canceled, but not the event itself. It's still gonna be like a Saturday night show, maybe a house show kind of deal, but it
Mm,
hasn't been confirmed by WWE. But they showed a video package of the Royal Rumble January 28th.
yeah,
So that alone, it's like, okay, so day one is canceled because while we skip day one and promote Royal Rumble, so there is a
yeah,
chance, most likely now, without them actually saying that's canceled, day one is canceled as a live premium, but not as a show for because
yeah,
they already sold tickets for the event. Back to AJ Styles and Finn Balor. AJ Styles got the win.
yeah.
A clean win. He hit him with a phenomenal forearm. Surprised it was a clean win. Surprised that I mean, I was gonna ask you. So the fact that AJ Styles won,
Hmm.
did you think he should have won? Like, does it make sense?
I think it does. I think he needed a win in that rivalry, especially that
Mm,
pay-per-view. 'Cause he hasn't won since. This is the first time he's won in 3 years, like a singles match at a pay-per-view.
damn, it's been that
Yeah,
long.
since 2019, I think. I forgot who he
Damn.
beat, but yeah. So I think he needed this win just to have like leverage. Obviously, like you said, maybe to the Rumble or WrestleMania or the Chamber. Who knows? Maybe the Chamber too. But it's
Mm.
kind of like he needed this win just to like be like, okay, otherwise it's just gonna be judge, Finn Balor winning it, and then he's
And
gonna have to continue.
it gives the purpose of the rivalry to continue. To be honest,
Yeah, because you don't want it to. 'Cause that's the point. Like, you can't have like the one guy win every match and another guy lose every match. Like, okay, this
right?
is really a rivalry if you're not really winning anything. So it's
That's
kind of
true.
he needed the win too, just for like I said, the 3 years of not having a singles win. And the
Yeah.
match was 18 minutes long. It was close to like 19 minutes, so it was pretty long compared to like some of the other matches.
Yeah, and then like I said, it wasn't a bad match. It just
No,
I don't know. I kind of expected a lot more from it. So for my rate, I gotta give it a 3.5.
yeah, I agree with that one. I was looking the same. I was looking
Yeah,
4, but I'm like, yeah, 4 is too high.
they
3.5 is
didn't.
decent.
Yeah, because it's like it's nothing. It wasn't a memorable match.
No,
So
it's good
it
they fought each other, but at the same
yeah
time,
no
like it's
yeah
not really something I'm like, oh, okay, it's they did their spots well. They did their, you know, they enhanced the rivalry. So that's all,
it's
that's
a
all it did.
yeah no it was a good match and it wasn't like a crazy match where now in my would I put it in my top matches of this year? No. Would I put it in my top 10 matches for Survivor Series? No. Would I put it in my top 20? Yes.
Okay,
So it's
top 20.
definitely yeah. So definitely it's
Not a
good.
horrible match. It's just like
No.
not what you expected. You're like, oh, it's gonna be like a banger.
I had high hopes. That's why.
I
So I
get you.
ruined it for myself.
Yeah,
So if I didn't have my high expectations for this match, I probably would have fallen in love with this match.
yeah,
But I expected way too much, man. I
too much.
expected too much. So yeah, and you would think the reason why I thought that is because it's like they're not gonna end this feud.
No,
They're not gonna end this feud. So that's why I thought it was gonna be a great classic match where the rivalry is gonna continue.
yeah,
So 3.5 out of that match. Next match was Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi, right?
yeah,
Uh happy that she got I said it in my prediction. Happy that she has an opportunity to face Ronda Rousey for the women's championship at a pay-per-view. Just the fact is like we already knew you were gonna lose.
yeah.
I personally think, but so guess who was the producer for this match?
Uh, JB Noble.
No, I'll give you one more guess.
Chris Parks. Abyss.
No,
No.
Brian Kendrick.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He's back.
yeah, he came back and they
I thought
had
he
him.
left. He's like, oh, I was gonna go to AEW, and then he got like, oh, sorry, we can't have you no more.
He was an A. No, I thought they had him back for a NXT producer.
No, that didn't. Well, he was in NXT. He was in WWE. Then he requested his release.
No, he was a producer for NXT, and then he
Uh,
got released. I don't think he
he,
asked for it. I think he
no,
got
he
released.
he got released. Okay.
Yeah, and I think
No,
he that's what he
I
did for
swear he
AEW.
requested it, and then he was gonna go to AEW versus John Moxley, and then they like, oh sorry, we're not allowed to, we're not gonna hire anymore or whatever. And he's like, oh, they
Mm.
canceled that match. Oh, wow, he's back. Wow, okay.
So, well, I don't want to say he's back, but he came back for Saturday night. He had produced that match, so that's probably why the match, everything, the quality of that match was so good. Because you would think that wasn't going to be a good match. I'm not saying it
Yeah,
was a 5-star match or anything.
no,
I expected something way less than that. I expected a quick match, but even though Shotzi didn't get a lot of shine in, but she did get a good amount where I was impressed with. I was like, oh
yeah,
wow, the whole crossbody on the where
the
is that?
fans,
Into the fan. Yeah, like she landed on Shayna and
Ronda, and then a
Ronda
couple other
and then like a
fans.
couple guys back there. So that was a cool moment. Everything was decent. I think the only thing that was pretty bad was she tried to do that tornado DDT off the over the top ropes onto the apron, but she kind of like I guess the timing was off. So Ronda didn't get the full effect of the move. So that
Yeah.
was kind of sloppy. It was bad timing. That was the only bad thing I got to say about this match, to be honest. And
Mm.
unfortunately, Shotzi she tapped out with the armbar. Shotzi,
Well,
like
she
I
got
said,
judo throwed. She got judo. She had well, they made her look strong, didn't they? Because
yeah, that's
they
yeah.
did top rope judo, and then they did that Ronda slam, whatever it was called,
Uh,
Piper Piper's
I don't know,
Pit or something.
Piper's Pit, something like that. Or
And
are you
then she
talking
did the
about that
armbar.
when she did the cross body?
No, like when at the end, it's like
At the
she
end.
judo
Oh,
throw, and then she did the Piper's Pit, and then she
right,
did the armbar. I'm like, okay, that's she did like a full. She could have just pinned her there, but
right.
she just did everything, you know.
Yeah, and then like I said, Shotzi got a lot of. She didn't got. It's weird. She didn't get a lot of shine in, but in a way, she got a lot more than I expected. So,
Yeah,
which made her look strong, and with Shayna in Ronda's corner, it made her Ronda look weak by that because Shotzi
yeah,
didn't have nobody, and Raquel she's out, so she probably would have had her back. So it makes it look like okay, there's definitely going to be another opportunity for her at the Women's Championship because now Raquel's going to be in her corner in the future title picture, also future tag team matches. So we're gonna see. So this rivalry is going to continue, hopefully, and it
yeah,
should. I think I wouldn't mind seeing Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi at the Royal Rumble.
yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
So out of this match, I gotta give it. So I would like to, if it wasn't for, like I said, Shotzi got a good amount of shine, more than I expected. So because of that, I bumped it up to a 3 out of 5. So not too
Yeah.
bad, but it was pretty good
Yeah.
just because I expected way less. So
Yeah, I'll go three as well because I expected a 2.2 out of five, but that doesn't
or
mean like a
like a
squash
one,
match.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna
I
be
mean,
a
I was
squash
gonna come
match.
in like do a quick like arm bar pinner, boom. Okay, that was a quick. That was a 7 minute match, almost 8 minutes. So I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that kind of, and then
I was expecting the same thing, a quick match, and then Raquel was gonna show up and then like scare them away. That's what I was expecting.
yeah,
So we got, and the fact that you said 8 minutes, she got 8 minutes. Shoot, I was
yes,
expecting like 3, 4. So
yeah,
that's good
entrance
on
and
her.
then a couple arm bars and boom, you know,
Yeah, so good on her.
yeah,
Congrats.
yeah.
So hopefully we get a rematch. What was the next match after that?
Theory versus Rollins versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship.
First off, let's go ahead and say one, this match was really good, way more
Yeah.
than I expected. Didn't expect it less or anything. I just really thought it was gonna be like just a good match.
Hmm.
So one, spoilers, I already knew Austin Theory was gonna win because he was promoting a blade. Was that the toy?
Abel, yeah, I like what the?
They were
I was
I
like, what
was
are they
so
doing?
confused. I was so confused. And then Michael Cole's like, oh yeah, so this the Blade toy, whatever, is sponsoring this match. And I was just like, well, clearly Austin Theory's gonna win because he's promoting them. You have him in the
Yeah.
background. So it's like
Uh,
spoilers. Like, thanks a lot. So now it's more of like, how is he gonna win?
no, I thought it was kind of like I thought opposite. I thought it was gonna be like, okay, they put the commercial right in his entrance. They're obviously like not burying him, but like they don't care. You know what I mean? Like we put a commercial break between like a match or something. Like, oh,
Right.
nobody cares about this match. So I thought it was gonna be like, okay, so why make the eventual champion like why put the ad on him? Just put the ad before the match or after the match, before the match, before everybody comes
Unless
out, but you
unless
put it during his
unless
entrance. His little
yeah,
entrance was a Beyblade thing, whatever. I'm like, okay, that just doesn't make sense. I didn't know, I didn't think he was gonna win because of that. I'm like, oh, they just put him there, because he's just a throwaway guy. He's a throwaway guy of the match. So
there's
I really
there's
thought it was gonna be
there's three
Rollins.
things I gotta say about that. There's either one, that was a mistake.
Yeah,
Two, he's probably he like obviously like, he won. He
yeah,
won the match. So there it's probably because of what's it called? He's gonna start sponsoring or maybe do a commercial. Maybe there is a commercial and he's in it and we haven't seen it. So that's the only thing I could think of.
yeah.
Um, and another reason why he won, or maybe it could have been like, hey, this guy's winning. Do you guys want to sponsor it? Whatever. But they always done that before. Like a sponsor sponsors a match and stuff. I was always curious on how that works. It's like, do
Yeah.
they pay the wrestlers or do they pay them extra?
I don't know. I think they pay extra, but like it was kind of weird that during his entrance, like his
Wait,
entrance.
all right, sorry about that. I had some technical issues with the Wi-Fi. So, anyways, what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, it was kind of strange that they put Theory like right with the ad. So I don't know. I didn't think he was gonna win.
I knew he was gonna win because of that. I was just like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, cool, spoilers, but I don't mind spoilers. It's just like again, it's like you got the match better be worth it. And it
yeah,
was kind of worth it. I called the ending. If you
yeah,
saw my prediction video, I did call the ending. So Austin, Bobby Lashley hit the spear on Seth Rollins, and then Aries covered him. So I did call that spot. So I'm gonna give myself 20 points on that. Um, but the match itself, it was cool. Bobby Lashley took a pedigree. Theory tried to give Seth Rollins a pedigree. Lashley he did the double hurt lock on Theory and Seth Rollins.
yeah,
So Seth Rollins jumped on Theory's back and then curb stomps
yeah. That was
Bobby
fire.
Lashley. That was a nice moment. Got to see the Falcon arrow, the Super Falcon arrow that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah,
I guess now he only does that move when he's a baby face now,
I think so.
because it's been
That's
a while since he done that.
yeah.
Last time I recall seeing him doing that was in 2020.
Wow, it's been a
But
while, that's for
yeah,
sure.
and he was a
But like the
heel.
yeah, but the spots were pretty fun. Yeah, like even the first one where like they both throw out Austin Theory, like they both clothesline him out of the ring.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna fight, but wait, like it was
And
funny.
Austin Theory looked good. I like the whole heelish. I like the whole he still has that A Town. Um, he looks like like the whole party boy look,
Yeah.
but now he's more a little bit more aggressive and stuff like that.
You think
So
it was too soon for him to win a title? Because Seth doesn't need it, and Bobby doesn't need it because they're gonna go to feuds with like I think Seth is gonna go to a feud with Cody Rhodes when he comes back, and then Bobby Lashley's gonna do a feud with Brock Lesnar. So I don't
yeah, but
know,
we're talking about like what
couple
months? Because
months.
apparently, yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about there's a rumors going out. Seth Rollins is gonna face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania again,
Ooh.
rematch. There's also rumors that Bobby Lashley is gonna face Brock Lesnar. Um, I don't know. I personally think Seth Rollins should have retained the title.
Yeah.
Uh, because Seth Rollins, Austin Theory's pinned Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So like to me, it would have made sense where it's like if he would have pinned Lashley, but then Lashley, he just beat Brock Lesnar. You can't have him lose.
Yeah.
So it worked out, I guess. And then also, yeah, and it worked. Yeah, it kind of works out because now it's like Seth, Aries won, and then Seth Rollins could say the whole, technically, Lashley is the one that beat me because he's the one who hit, he hit me with the spear. And so it continues the rivalry. And then Lashley could go after theory because it's like
Yeah,
you only won because of my move.
yeah,
So we could actually have another rematch of the triple threat match. That would be cool. And that's something that we rarely get to see too. We rarely get a second rematch of a triple threat. The last one I could recall was like back and forth. The last one we saw was the Backlash
yeah.
'04, where it was Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. But then like years apart, it was Randy Orton, Triple H and John Cena. They wrestled at WrestleMania 24, and then they had the rematch at Night of Champion. I think it was '09.
Okay.
So
Oh well.
so we hardly get triple threat rematches, and I feel like we should get more of them.
Yeah.
So, and this
And I
is one
realized
of
that
them.
Seth has lost most of his pay-per-views too. This is like one of many. He won the last one, I think,
He won. No,
right?
he won Clash of Champions.
Okay.
He won.
So he
Yeah,
was
he
like,
defeated Matt Riddle. That ended the streak, and then he lost at Extreme Rules. Crown Jewels he wasn't part of, and then he lost that Survivor Series last night.
yeah. And so what's the point of Austin Theory losing the Money in the Bank thing then?
So because there was I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember which is real and which is kayfabe. There's a chance it could just be both.
Yeah,
Um, there is no so obviously Triple H doesn't know what Vince was gonna do with Theory,
yeah,
but for Triple H's point, he was like, "Well, you're not gonna cash in on Roman, and then Roman is not gonna drop the belt to you,
yeah.
and there's no plans of Roman dropping the belt anytime soon, and then especially by July." So by July or whenever the next whatever Money in the Bank lands on, um, Roman Reigns is still going to be champion basically.
Oh wow.
So there was a chance. There was two options. There was a chance where Roman Reigns, Austin Theory was going to cash in on Roman Reigns, but obviously, cash in was going to fail. And then the other plan was him trying to cash in on Seth Rollins, but fails. But at least from that point on, you're part of a storyline, and we could build you up again. But Roman Reigns is like you're gonna get squashed, and then that's it. You're gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Oh wow.
So they went with the whole him cashing in on Seth Rollins, and then making him like more of a serious wrestler and a serious character now. So,
Yeah,
I mean, right now, obviously at that time it was dumb, it was crazy, it was weird, but now going forward, now that we're here, it's like, oh, it makes sense now.
yeah. Okay,
So, but for that match, I gotta give it a 3.5 as well.
okay.
GGG. What will you
I'll
rate
give it
that
a
match?
I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
Who was your prediction on who was gonna win that match?
I said Seth Rollins.
I I did too, but then I said the whole theory was this is how theory's gonna win.
But then I kind of agree when I always saw like the Beyblade thing. I'm like, is he gonna win? I'm like, why would he put it right here? But then I'm like,
Hmm,
wait, why put an ad right there? He might lose. So I don't know. It kind of kept me on my toes. I don't know. For me, it was like, oh, okay, I don't know who's actually gonna win.
right. But turns out the boy A Town, Austin Theory got the win. So now
Yeah.
it's time for the main event. Bloodline versus the Brawling Brews. Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh, I'm so glad Kevin Owens was, fine. Is he really injured?
I don't think so.
Was he
Or
really injured, or was he just like fighting it out just to get through this match, and then he's gonna take time off after this?
I think take time off
Because
because he was all covered, so he was like probably like
yeah, I feel like that.
injured.
Yeah, I feel like, and plus he didn't really do too much crazy stuff. That he wasn't
No.
being like Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
He
Well, he
was
did the
more,
swanton and all that stuff, but still, that was like one move.
yeah, out of all the things that he's done in the past.
Yeah, true.
So, and plus, it's not really his moment right now. The feud is between the Brawling Brews and Drew McIntyre in a way, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens was just like a last minute thing, not in a bad way. I love the Dusty Rose shirt he was wearing.
Oh yeah.
So, and then the whole, oh my gosh, dude, this wasn't even a match, man. This was like a storytelling, man. This was like a movie
Yeah.
from Friday Night SmackDown with Jay and Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and then to later on the beginning of the like towards the middle of the show or beginning of the show, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, they had their talk, and also Roman Reigns and Jay, and the whole Roman Reigns was like he pulled was Jimmy right, pulled Jimmy
Yeah.
saying no, you're not going. Sami is going to go help him, and
Yeah.
it was just like it was great storytelling.
And then the
Everybody,
super kick.
the
Then
super kick.
Jay gave us Sammy a super kick. You're like, oh
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, what's gonna
Also,
happen?
the when who was it? Was it Jay or Jimmy? They went and give Kevin Owens a super kick, and then Sami Zayn hit Kevin Owens with a low blow.
Oh,
So
Jimmy. It was Jimmy.
so there was a lot of it wasn't like a lot of crazy stuff, but it was more. So I gave this match a 4 out of 5 because it wasn't like I told you in the beginning, the like when it comes to war games, you get a one crazy moment, but like all the crazy stuff happens towards the end. So it's
Yeah.
just like that's but it was great storytelling from bell to bell though.
Mm,
So
yeah.
like if we're just going like bell to bell and just the match itself and not the story, I would honestly it's like a 3.
Wow.
But because of the storytelling, Sami Zayn doing his part, looking at Roman Reigns saying like I'm part of the family, I got your back. Even with Jay, he pulled him out of the way at one point and told him I got you. So
Yeah.
and then he kicks Kevin Owens and then tells he could have covered him. I thought I called it right. I thought he was gonna like he's gonna pin Kevin Owens and he's gonna get the W. But he
Yeah.
looked at Jay, told him to go up, hit him with this big splash, and then got the 1 2 3. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was right about Kevin Owens taking the loss, but the person who pinned them, I was wrong about that part. But the ones, I love the whole shirt, the red shirt, but the ones got the
Yeah.
W. So I got to rate that match 4 out of 5. What about yourself?
Like I agree with everything you say with the storytelling and all that. But I'll get a 4.5 out of 5 because the storytelling part. The
Yeah.
match I'll give it a 3.5, but the storytelling made it extra like it gave me the four gave it to the 4.5 because it like you said like on SmackDown, Jimmy was in the background hearing like, oh, they're gonna turn on you before you turn on them, and then
Yeah.
turn into this whole storyline for yesterday. I mean, for Survivor Series, where like they were questioning. I'm like, oh, what should I do with them? On your order, I'll attack them. And then Roman Reigns is like, oh, I don't know. Let me talk to Sammy, and he talked to Sammy and everything like that. Okay, because we don't know. Roman Reigns could have. He's a heel.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you could
mean,
have been like,
Sami
you know
Zayn is
what?
a heel too.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been like they could have been like, at any point in the match, it could have been like execute.
Yeah.
Jay, knock him out, boom. But at the same time, like once the match started progressing, especially when Sammy like got the referee's hand and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. After Kevin
That
Owens
was
hit
fire.
Roman Reigns
Yeah,
with
he looked
the
at him like,
stunner.
"What are you doing?"
Yeah. That was great storytelling stuff. And it's funny how Kevin Owens tells Sami Zayn, "Hey, turn on on the blind line before they turn on you." It's like you're one to tell that.
Yeah.
Like the night this guy won the NXT title, you freaking attacked him, powerbound him, and you took the title away from him. Like
Oh
what?
well.
How are you gonna tell him to turn on the bloodline? Like no.
Yeah.
Like
It's long
again,
term.
yeah, it's like it's a good storytelling, but at the same time, it's like you gotta like think about it because it's like at the moment, obviously, what besides the bloodline, and Sami Zayn, that was all good. But Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn saying like, "Hey man, don't join the bloodline. You got to be on our side." And it's like, yeah, you should. And it's like, wait a minute, Kevin Owens, you're one to talk. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. So that's the only bad problem about that because it's like, how are you gonna tell Kevin Owens, the man who stabbed Sami Zayn in the back many years ago? turned his back on the fans many years ago. Who was a heel in the beginning of the year. Um, and telling Sami Zayn to join the good side, and it's just like that was the only weird part. But again, I'm not taking anything away from it.
Yeah.
So it's still a good match. Very good storytelling. Oh, sorry. I Besides the Kevin Owens, there is one bad thing. There's but again, it doesn't take anything away from the match. There's no build up for Roman Reigns for his next challenger.
They already announced it.
Who
It's Kevin.
who
It's Kevin Owens.
at the Royal Rumble?
Yeah,
They announced that
they
when?
announced it. They announced it last night. They announced it at the press conference.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, yeah, they announced it for the Rumble. Well,
Is
when
it
I saw it, look,
a regular match?
yeah, I think it's for the regular match. Yeah,
I did not knew that.
so it's like the blood. Who's gonna win
Wait,
Sammy's
but
love?
why would he? Why would wait? It doesn't make sense. Why would Kevin Owens get the number one contender if he lost for the team?
I don't know. That doesn't make. Yeah, that's. I think it'll be because like it's like their battle for Sammy. Like who's taking Sammy? You know, like oh, Sammy, yeah, did that.
That's
He did
not
that,
worth
but
it.
at the same time, you're like, well, you never know. He's still my best friend, or he was on my best whatever. Best man at my wedding stuff.
Was he really?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. They didn't try for like 20 plus years, so who knows?
I
But
don't.
yeah,
I don't. I don't think. What's it called? Kevin Owens deserves the opportunity. I mean, can he work for it? Sure, but I don't think just be like, hey, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens as the Royal Rumble.
yeah,
So I think it should be Drew McIntyre or Sheamus.
yeah. They
So,
all, all
but
three of them.
overall, what would you give this pay per view overall rate?
Out of five or out of
Yeah,
10?
out of 10.
I'll give it.
I give it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't a bad pay per view. Now, for a Survivor Series event, it was really good. But
Yeah,
man, since Triple H took over, man, we had SummerSlam, great pay per view. Clash of the Castle, great pay per view. Extreme Rules, good pay per view. But what made it great? Bray Wyatt's return.
hmm
Clash of the Castle, it was really good. Let's face it, it was really
yeah,
good.
yeah,
And then Survivor Series. Normally, we'll have one good pay per view and then a crappy pay per view and a good pay per view,
yeah,
or we'll have a crappy pay per view with good matches. That's what we're so used to, and it's just like, damn, man, like we had too many good pay per views. So,
yeah.
but yeah, it's a. I give it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Just because of like adding war games to the pay-per-view and having, different storylines going and obviously some matches were like hits or misses, but like overall, yeah, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think what the bad thing about the war games, it's like I said, like all the true action was towards the end.
Oh yeah. Especially when the
So
bell rang.
yeah,
Anything, check out our merch store at teespring.com for some cool merch and also Pro Wrestling Tees. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at New Entry Wrestling Pod and Twitter at New Entry WP. If you haven't, or if you ever wondering if we're on the platforms, we are also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Radio Public. If you haven't already, go to our YouTube page, New Entry Wrestling Podcast. Help by support by subscribing, liking, and sharing.
yeah. Please like and share this video, and also any wrestlers watching us or whatever. If you guys ever want to down for an interview, please hit us up on IG, um, or email. So IG will probably be best. So looking forward to the Royal Rumble. Looking
Mhm,
forward to Hard to Kill for Impact
mhm,
Wrestling. Just announced last week, Bully Ray and Josh Alexander for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. By
mhm,
the way, there is a gruesome match that took place on Impact, and it was against Sammy Callahan versus Eric Young in a I forgot what match it was, but it was like basically a no disqualification match, no holds bar. It's one of Sammy's gimmick matches. Uh, for you to watch this match, you have to go watch. You got to go on Impact Insiders or Impact Plus because you can't watch it on YouTube because that's how much blood there was.
wow.
So it was extreme. Um, definitely like go check it out. Uh, but yeah, a lot of good matches going. Looking forward. Uh, Also announced last week, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, Wrestle Kingdom for the U.S. title, right?
Yeah,
So
IWGP US title.
so that's gonna be a classic match. So that's already gonna be match of the year for 2023 already.
Yeah, right.
So already a 5-star match, 10-star match, or whatever.
According to Meltzer.
Yeah. CM Punk is off the cover of Fight Forever, AEW's video game. So that's going to be, they replaced them. They added a couple more people, but
A lot more people.
Yeah, MJF is included in the cover. To be honest, I like this cover way better than the original. It had nothing to do with CM Punk. I just like this cover better. I think it's the background or something like that.
Yeah.
Also announced Chris Jericho, Claudio, for the Ring of Honor Championship at Final Battle. What? I don't. I really thought it was gonna be against Brian Danielson, to be honest, for that one.
Should have, right?
Yeah, you would think. It's my thing is, if Brian Danielson is not gonna wrestle for Ring of Honor, why? I don't want. Why not? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he not want to? Whose decision is that?
Well, he was also wrestling for Japan and Mexico, but they haven't done
But he
anything
hasn't
there
done
either.
that.
No, that's the reason why he left WWE in the first place. I want to wrestle in Japan and Mexico.
Yeah, he
And then
hasn't done that.
yeah. And then he went to work for CMML, but CMML is well, the AEW is working with AAA, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Only to the
Mm.
special, like, okay, yeah, you could come to us, but he hasn't wrestled in Japan. Why is he not Wrestle Kingdom, or why is he not at like Triple Mania, or well, Triple Mania ended, but like, why, why wasn't he like wrestling?
Yeah, all he's done is wrestle for AEW.
Yeah,
Uh, and honestly, the only great match he had was against for me personally was against John Moxley. So
yeah.
obviously he was supposed to have that match against Zack Sabre Jr., but it didn't happen.
Ooh,
So that would have been a classic match as well, but it didn't happen. That's when Claudio showed up. He made his debut. Now he's getting another shot at the Ring of Honor Championship.
mhm.
Uh, I was gonna say something, but I don't totally forgot. Oh, Chris Jericho is Ring of Honor champion.
Yeah.
Leading into the pay-per-view for Ring of Honor, Final Battle. This is actually a true challenge, and this is gonna prove if Chris Jericho is truly a draw. Because Tony Khan is gonna have it at a regular arena, and where they could have 10,000 seats available. Uh, is he gonna sell those 10,000 seats? Is he gonna have
Mm.
5,000 seats available? But this is gonna be a true making for Chris Jericho to see if he's truly a draw and if he can say Ring of Honor. But at the same time, not a lot of people are fans of Ring of Honor. So I was gonna ask you, do you think Chris Jericho should? Do you think Chris Jericho could sell out an arena heading for because of headline sell out arena for a Ring of Honor pay-per-view as champion, and or do you think Tony Khan should have had it in a smaller arena where they had a
Um,
easier chance to sell out?
Easier chance to sell out. I think it's gonna be better. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I like Chris Jericho. I always liked his. I always liked him through his career. Like EC, I follow him ECW, WCW, all that.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not like it's for the Ring of Honor title. Like, why is he main event? You know what I mean? Like, why does make? Where's the AEW champion in that?
I think to help out and also to get a TV deal for Ring of Honor.
I
But
don't
the
think it's that.
same but the thing is, it's like we talked about it so many times and I don't want to keep going back to it. Just have Rampage a Ring of Honor show. We
Yeah,
haven't seen Jonathan Gruesome. We haven't seen the Briscoes. Like they're signed to a Ring of Honor contract. Apparently, so is Brian Cage.
yeah.
So it doesn't make
And Colt
sense.
Cabana
Yeah.
and Bandito, I think.
No,
And
no, he's
no,
AEW.
and then
They try to get him into a Ring of Honor contract, but he signed with AEW.
yeah. So it's kind of like hopefully they use these people though. I mean, hopefully they use people. Like, what's the point of having people? They still have
They
him on
were
a contract, you know?
yeah, they were better off just having the Briscoes into a contract, AEW contract, like a
But he
short
can't.
term.
But he can't.
Why not?
Because they say the Warner Brothers Discovery people don't want them for some reason because of like stuff they said in the past, like 10 years ago or whatever.
Mm. Well,
So
then,
that's about
I mean, if they're with Ring of Honor, it's just going to make it difficult for them to get a
a deal,
TV.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So I
I mean,
don't
that
know.
sucks for them, but they're great
Yeah.
athletes. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll probably see him at Warrior Wrestling. I got front row tickets. Let's go.
you're going where?
Warrior Wrestling,
Oh, Warrior Wrestling.
December
Oh, nice.
17th. Oh yeah.
Nice. But anything else before
Oh
we head out?
and they officially recognized Tony Storm's title.
Oh
So,
yeah. I'm so
so now
dude,
it's
I
no
was
no
so
the interim crap. I'm like, get rid of that.
they oh my gosh, finally. So Tony Thunder Rose
Thunder
drop
Rosa, yeah.
Thunder Rosa dropped the title, yeah, and Jamie is now champion, and now Tony Storm, her title reign counts. So oh my gosh, so finally.
So
But
Jamie Tater's reign is official then. She's
it's
actually a
official
real okay, wow.
and makes and then Tony Storm's title reign counts. As so finally, I don't know why didn't just Tony Khan didn't do that in the first place. So
Yeah.
but good on her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess this ends this episode until next time. So take us home, Ever.
All right, listeners, it'll be this for this episode. I am Ever and this is Ian.
And we are out.
Bye guys.
Doo doo doo.